All right, let's go ahead and get things started over here. New roll of paper towels. Check that shit out. We're running low on the all-purpose Windex. We're going to have to switch to regular Windex soon. So anyway, I'm in the process of updating my browser, which obviously you shouldn't update software while you're in the process of getting ready to stream, but I am. Let's get that cleaned up. All right. As you can see, we are looking at all of our various Gropiverse characters. And the one that we're worried about today is Fumiko. And Fumiko, we don't know a whole lot about just yet. We're going to talk about that a little bit more, but right now, I'm going to jump over to the Discord, and I'm going to get the actual stream started. So I'm jumping on in there, whacking the screen share, and where is the appropriate window? There it is. Gotcha. Okay, so we're live over there. And like I said, we're going to be working on Fumiko, but before we do that, let us begin by taking a look at Chio and how Chio worked out. So let's do the little post-mortem. A Porsche modem. I don't think Porsche made modems. Even back when modems were a thing people typically bought and didn't just lease from their ISP. Anyway, here's how Chio ended up. Now, obviously, this is not great. I'm not 100% pleased with this. It's not the best work I've ever done. But when we look at our goals for the week and we go, hey, the first and most important thing that we wanted to do was we wanted to be better than Shizuka. Yeah, we are. We are better than Shizuka. And we wanted to be closer to Mion Sonozaki from Higurashi no Nakokoro ni. And I guess we're a little closer to that. We have something vaguely resembling shading, but yeah, I don't know that we got very close to that. What we did do, however, is we did improve. So I'm happy with that. I'm not going to beat myself up too much for not getting closer to Mion. And I'm not going to beat myself for not doing significantly better than Shizuka. I did do better. And that's the important thing. I have my goals. I was going to do better than that. And I was going to get closer to the goal that I was looking for. And there's some stuff that I had to deal with. There's some stuff that I ran into over and over again. And one of them was, well, just all of it was just shading. It's just, that's what it was. It was the shading. And I don't feel like I did very well on the, hold up here. I don't feel like I did very well on the hair. I don't feel like I did very well on the shading at all. I don't think the shading on the skin is even very noticeable. I think the best shading I did was on the shoes, where you actually have some indication of where the planes are. And I think I did a good job kind of highlighting the bust area and showing that there is some contour there. Okay? But overall, I don't think anything was particularly well done with the shading. This eye came out a little big, and I didn't feel like fixing it. It would have been easy to fix. Didn't. And one of the things, I feel like I did a pretty good job on this hand. There's a lot of detail you can't see far out. I think I did okay on that. There's some slop in here where I didn't clean up my line art too well. But I think I did pretty well in this hand. The issue here for me is this hand doesn't feel like it's resting on the hip. It feels like the hand is kind of in this position, but the hip is kind of curved underneath of it, and the hand is just kind of like floating in the air. So it's like maybe the fingers are up against the body and the hand is just floating in the air, and that just seems weird. I don't feel that this was very well integrated with the rest of the piece. So those are my big criticisms. Those are the big things that that I would complain about with this, and it really does like all come down to it all comes down to the question of what is going on here. Writing to file. Wow, that was disturbing. But we're done on that. So I'm going to toss Chio out the door here, and we're going to go back to Fumiko. And Fumiko is she's the school boss. She has long black hair, and she has a D-cup breast, which is kind of large, but not like big honking bazongas. So we've got this general idea of Fumiko's core personality. She doesn't care too much about the size of her breasts. She doesn't emphasize them. She doesn't play it down. She doesn't think about it. It's not important to her. Fumiko means, Fumiko generally speaking means intelligent. Okay? It literally translates to writing girl, a girl who writes. And, well, it depends on the kanji you use for it, because Japanese is fucked up that way. You got all of these words that are the same word, and you're supposed to figure out what they mean from context. But when you don't have a full sentence, you don't have context. So with names in particular, you're determining what the name means from the kanji that are used to write it. So it's like, this could mean like a whole bunch of different things. But the one that particularly appealed to me, since she's on the school level, is, intelligence. She's an intellectual, and that's kind of what we're going for with this. And we don't need to actually save this little tidbit that I pulled off to the side. All we have to do is whack the go button and create a brand new canvas. And at this point, we need to start thinking about we need to begin by thinking about the question of what this pose is going to be. And since she's an intellectual, she would be very confident. She would be very she'd have sort of a haughty pose. The person that immediately comes to mind is, oh God, what's her name? Who's the chick from Kill la Kill? Not the main one, but like, the villain. The villain in Kill la Kill is the one that I'm thinking of. What is her name? I cannot remember. Surely I can find a picture of her somewhere. There's got to be one. Yeah, here she is. Here we go. This is kind of the sort of attitude that I'm looking for. But the issue, of course, is that Fumiko is not running around with a sword in in one of these living fabric uniforms. So we're kind of looking at this sort of attitude, this kind of, standing tall situation. Maybe a little bit more this kind of thing. Here we go. Let's cancel that, and we'll bring this one up, and let's size that up. This kind of, you know what? Let's just get rid of this one. Yeah, apply the transformation on that. But let's just dump that bit of reference right there. So this kind of thing, where we're talking about, you know, is kind of a backward lean, kind of the arms out in front of her. But this is kind of a leaning back and leaning on something. And we don't want her leaning back and leaning on. Say, well, maybe we do. Maybe we do. Maybe we do want something like this. Let's do a little more. Is that one girl, Busujima Saiko from High School of the Dead? Yeah, no, we're not doing Shoko Komi. Let's see, who do we have with who do we have here with some attitude? Yeah, I think this girl from Kill la Kill is kind of our best. I can't remember her name. Satsuki, that's her name. All right, so we're thinking about somebody like Satsuki for our but you know, I kind of want. Let's get Busujima Saiko on here as well. She's also a good archetype. And let's see what we have in terms of, well, she's still running around with a sword, but let's get a good general pose. There we go. This is a pretty good one. This would be reasonably simple to pull the sword off of. Let's scale that down a bit. Move it over to the other side. I don't know that I want her with this kind of both Satsuki and Saiko are, they're kind of overtly sexual. And I don't want Fumiko to be overtly sexual. I want her to be more obliviously sexual. Like, she's sexy, but she didn't really notice or care. She just kind of is there and is what she is. Something along the pose, I think, would be something along these lines. So we're looking at something which is kind of yeah, something kind of like this. Oh, what do we call that? The Asahiko pose, I believe. I forget the name of it all the time. Now Saeko is purple haired, but we're looking at a black haired girl here. Um, we don't want her to look so much. Ooh, wait a minute. Who's that chick from Kakegurui? Yumiko Jabami. That's not a bad. That's not a bad reference to pull out for this. Let's. Let's see if we can find a good reference for Yumiko Jabami. I don't know. Everything I'm finding is just way too demonstrative. I don't know. Maybe this. Let's bring that down here. Scale it up a little. Scoot it around. I want to think a little bit about the outfit she's going to be wearing. I mean, this is the well, we're not doing her boss level outfit yet. We are working on the kind of business casual sort of series. Well, presumably over the course of this, I'm going to improve sufficiently that all of it has to be thrown out so I can do it all in a consistent style. That kind of leads to a question. When I get around to doing the actual graphics, should I do all 10 of them at once in kind of a large spread so that all of them are in a similar stage at the same time? That might be a good way to do it. To just kind of work on all 10 of them sort of in a cluster. A clusterfuck. That's gonna look like shit. Oh, this. This is a good kind of pose. This is some fan art, not official. But this is a very good sort of pose. This is exactly the kind of thing that I'm looking for. These are all way too big. But yeah, this is it's kind of sophisticated, it's self-confident, but at the same time, it's not an overtly sexual pose, and it's a little more dynamic than this one over here. Really, all of these need to be going to so. Folder here. And okay, yeah. Come up here to my notes, and this pose here is I like the general line of this pose, but at the same time I like the dynamic sort of twisting of this one. So if we combine those, and instead of having this kind of very flat situation here, if we have a kind of twist and maybe this leg up. This leg is fine, and this leg, maybe this leg is bent. Oh, this one. So, leg here and here. So this would kind of be continued with, here's a leg here. The other side, here's a leg here, and as you get down below that, the leg is bent, comes back there. This one here, I don't think that's good reference for the pose. So I'm liking this pose reference, and I'm liking this pose reference. I think these two form the kind of the best reference kind of thing, but this is kind of the intensity that we're here. So if we this over a little bit like so, we can then grab this one and drag it over here. Drag that underneath the other two, and we'll this one underneath the others. Can shuffle over a bit, I think. So we want this to be substantially more dynamic than this pose. The general thrust of this pose is just kind of standing here, okay? There's this kind of twist going on there. There's this kind of twisting thing going on, and I sort of like that. But I'd like it more dynamic and intense. The eyes are all wrong on these two. The eyes should be more like Satsuki's. Not quite Sayako's. I think Satsuki has the better eyes. Let's check that out. Whenever you type the name of an anime girl into a search box, the first search suggestion that comes up is age. And you know why people are looking that up. and it's so fucking ridiculous. People are looking it up, they're like, that girl's 18, right? That's not a girl. She's a drawing. She doesn't have an age. People are ridiculous. You make it up. You know, you make up the age. It's like if you look at this girl over here, okay? It's like you take this girl right here, okay? You go, how old is this girl? And if I were to go, oh, she's 12. Everybody would just be go, well, okay, that tracks. Oh, hold on. No, you can't be checking out a 12-year-old. Oh, did I say 12? I'm sorry, I meant 21. Oh, well, that's okay. It's the same picture. It's the same, but you just make it up. You just make, oh, she's 432 because she's a vampire. Oh, well, that's fine then. You get all these people that are mad about, well, the picture looks like it's young. It's a picture. I don't know. I'm just kind of ranting about this because it pisses me off. It really annoys annoying when people are talking about this stuff and they're just like, look, if you've got a picture that looks like a 12-year-old and you're masturbating to it, and I'm like, whoa, who's masturbating? I didn't say anything about masturbating. Do you think that, like, that's the purpose of every picture? Because you're the one with the problem if that's the case. That's fucking ridiculous. Let me get a better look at, well, here we go. Here's a good look at Satsuki's eyes. It's just right here. Yeah. So here are Satsuki Kiryuin's eyes. And we can put that, like, right here. We don't care about that zombie hand. Scoot it off. There. Okay. So there we go. There's a better look at her eyes. Those are, well, those are about the same eyes, actually, except, there's a difference in how she's looking at you. Satsuki is always looking down, really. Or at least freaking. Let me check and see if we can get, see if we can get one where she's looking upward or looking straight on. It's, grab that and drag it over here, and then let's grab this other one. Drag that out, and there's another eye reference. And okay, yeah, and then we'll come up here and go. We got one where she's looking up, and we got one where she's looking up, and we can see both her eyes. I mean, not that this isn't a good image. Go form here, that out, and we've got kind of the eyes down, eyes mid, eyes up sort of reference here, and I think we are looking at Satsuki's more adult coded than the other girls in these references. Drag these down here, and I'll, here's a couple of notes to show you what I mean. One of the ways that the Japanese show age and youth is how the face divides up. So you can see here. This is official art for Tsujima Saiko, and you can see that on the top of the head here, her head's tilted down a little. Kind of. Here's the hairline, all right, and here's the jawline right here. Now, right here is that eye line, and you can see that it divides everything pretty much in half. And then you can see that the nose, again, divides everything pretty much in half. And then the mouth here divides what's left pretty much in half. So you've got you get this division into progressively smaller bits there. And you get a similar kind of thing here. This is a more childlike character right here, because you can see that her hairline's right about here. And you can see that her eyes are sitting about halfway down, but then the nose doesn't divide that in half. The nose and the mouth are crammed upward, okay? And you get the same general kind of thing going on here where you've got halfway down from the hairline. Here's your hairline. Here's the rest of the face right there. You got halfway down on the eyes, and then you got halfway down on the nose. But you can see that Yumiko Jabami is actually coded to be slightly older because there's more space underneath of there. Okay? And you got the same thing over here with Satsuki Kiruin. With this is not dividing in half. You've got a longer face right here. So you've got the nose here, but you're kind of dividing into straight up quarters coming down the face. Okay? And because of that stretching, that makes her look older, that makes her read older with the nose being farther down and the mouth being farther down. A lot of the time, artists aren't doing that on purpose. They just have their features kind of fucked up. But if you're looking at where things are placed on the face, that's very much something that you're looking for. Here's a good shot of the eyes, kind of in between these two. Put that in there and apply the transformation. Then we'll drag it into the reference and we'll drag the other one down under that. Oh, which one am that one? This one, let's yep, that's the wrong one. This one. Drag that one down. We'll put it up over top of it. There we go. So we've got kind of. So now what we're looking at is we've got kind of an idea what we're looking at for the eyes and the features. I don't have to worry about eyes just yet, and Tsuchima is facing the wrong way, so I'm going to grab that. I'm going to layer. Just one layer. I flip the whole. Okay. All right. So let's edit. Form. Flip horizontal. There we go. That's what we need. Yep, that's good. I'll take that. So now we've got them facing the right direction. They're all facing the right direction. Obviously, this little fan art OC thing, she doesn't have the appropriate bust line, but really none of these have the appropriate bust line. I mean, Satsuki's close. I don't know. Satsuki's about right, I think. Yeah, these will work. So the first thing I need to think about with this, let's try and get the reference kind of. Let's make the reference less intrusive. Start here. We'll pull this in like so. We'll do the same with we'll do this, yeah. Then we'll pull that one in like so. This one definitely cranked up substantially. There we go. We'll actually go down here and drag the layer upward. Okay, and now we'll take this girl over and we'll move that. So looking across our reference images, we've got a pretty solid collection over here. And we don't have a whole lot of space being taken up over here by the eyes. I am, however, going to select all of this and these into pose folder. And then I'm going to take these four and I'm going to go, okay. We're going to put those folders to eyes. And let's just fold those. And we're not worried about eyes right now anyway. So could hold those. I'm going to create a new layer folder. And I'm going to name it comparison. And we're going to grab Chio. Pull out Chio. And we're going to grab this layer with me on. And we're going to copy that. Come over here into comparison and we'll paste it. So there's Mion, there's our goal image right there. And now I'm going to take everything here. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go you know what? I'm just going to select everything down to grab the marquee, that, copy. Now that should give me exactly what I need. And all of this, I'm going to take all of these right here, and I'm just going to start merging. Pull this line art out. Folder out. And I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to go merge, 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 merge. That. Click. Click. Folder can get deleted. This will be Geo. Now we're going to resize her to be about the same size. We're going to resize her to come about the same place as me. And we're going to get the height up. And all right, and that's a little bit small still. A little bit bigger. Okay. How's that? Head size. A little bit bigger. Roughly the same head size. We're going to bring her over here. And now this is our baseline. Boom. And that's what we need to be better than. We need to do a better job than that this time around. Actually, scoot her a little off to the side like so. Okay, yeah. That's about right. Still a bit bigger. There we go. So, our job now is to be better than this. And we need to be better than this side over here. Be better than that, closer to that. And now, let's start with, holy crap, I'm 42 minutes in and all I've done is look up reference. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the comparison. And we will look at that. I'll pull the comparison out. Reference folder so that I can turn off the reference. I have that, and that'll give us a good baseline. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the comparison now. And over the course of the past week, what I did was I went ahead and did the add 10 minutes thing. So instead of doing 10 minutes on Sunday and 20 on Monday and so on and so forth, they did 20 on Sunday and then 30, 40, 50, 60, 60. Except on Thursday, I didn't do shit. I don't know why, I just didn't. So on Friday, I did an hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. And the hour I did in the evening, I basically didn't get anything done. So I don't know if an hour a day is my limit, or if like 4 hours a week is my limit, because that's what that roughly came out to, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Hour and 10, that's 220, 20. Yeah, 4 hours and 20 minutes is the amount of time that I put in that. Well, 5 hours and 20 minutes if you count the stream. And, well, honestly, I didn't get as much work done on stream. I mean, getting even less work done on stream here. I do want to kind of... I do want a kind of... basic gesture drawing at the very least. This one. I think she would have more of a leg up like this. But this sort of initial pose. But I would like her pose to be a little bit more dynamic than this, and I'm not sure how I want to do that. One moment. Okay. But yeah, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth here. Anyway, I did an extra 10 minutes on and let's see what we can do here on this. I did an extra 10 minutes per day over the course of the week, and let's kind of do a bent arm thing this side, and no, I don't like that. What if she's got like a hand in her pocket over here? Turning her head to look here, and then this hand is up and maybe touching her hair or something. She would have kind of a lifted chin thing going on, like her face would be up, and she'd be kind of leaning back. So we have kind of a backward lean here, which we need to have anyway because of the substantial chest. So we kind of need backward lean of some sort. And then her hair will just kind of hang back. She'll be kind of running a hand through her hair up here. Okay. So anyway, this coming week, I'm going to do another 10 minutes. So I'm going to do 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, 60. And that's going to be a total of 6 hours over the course of the entire week. And that's substantial. Yeah. Like last week I did 5 hours and 20 minutes, and that produced the image of Chio. We're gonna be doing roughly over the course of this coming week. We're gonna do an additional 40 minutes on top of that, and we're gonna see how well that works. Then next week on the starting on the 17th, we'll do an additional 10 minutes, and starting on the 24th, we'll do an additional 10 minutes. And yeah, I think that's 24th. That'll get us started in July on an hour a day. And I want to see how well that works out. I want to see how well that, if we're starting in July on an hour a day, hold on a second. Who will we be working on at that? So next week it's 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. So we'll be working on Sora at that point. And then the week after that we'll be doing Nara. So Sora and Nara will be done on basically a 7-hour time frame. And we'll see how those come out. So we've got Fumiko is going to be she's going to be a 6-hour project. Then Haruka is going to be 6.5 hours. Kyoko is going to be 6 hours and 50 minutes. Sora is going to be 7 hours. Nara is 7. So we're going to hit 7 hours by the end of this first round, and then we're going to see how well we can. Then we're going to see if we can push this even farther. We'll loop back around to Ichigo, and maybe start a new series of outfits. So we've got a full outfit set laid out for Ichigo, but we've only got actual poses done for Aya, Yumi, Shizuka, and Chiyo, and we're doing Fumiko now. So Ichigo has kind of been left behind. And once we get to the end of I really want to kind of look at my process and how things are fitting together, which you know, what you're watching right now is kind of like, this is my process. It's not very well organized because I'm still kind of fumbling around. I mean, even now, it's been years and I'm still fumbling around trying to get things to work worth a shit. So, I don't know how well that's going to work out. Haruka's got massive honking bazongers and is very overt about them and kind of shoving them in your face all the time. So she will be a fun one. She will be a check out my boobage. Oh, bye! But man, that's gonna be this is gonna be something. So yeah. I don't know if more time is going to make things better or not. I don't know if that is going to do the job that I'm looking for. But we're going to try it. We're going to see what we can do. And I got to do some playing around with this pose and see what makes sense. We're going to have okay, so she's going to be turning, leaning. And she's going to be standing almost sideways. But here, she's going to have like, there's a hand in her hair, shoulder, and elbow right there, elbow right there. This twisting motion that we've got. There's one big old boob, and here's the other big old boob, and she's just reaching up and trying to smoothing her hair back, which means her head's tilted back somewhat. She's probably going to have a kind of going to be a sort of there's a kind of an expression I want on her face that is similar to something that Rory Mercury did, the intro to the anime Gate. Kind of this sort of thing. But with the head tilted back. we'll need this as reference. And here. And we'll drag it down underneath of the down underneath of the eye series. There we. That's kind of the expression that I'm thinking. You could see that Rory's very much child coded. The eyes right here, but then the rest of the features are kind of crammed in there. The eyes are farther down than halfway. That really high forehead is kind of the main child coding element. If you keep the spaces between your features the same, but you make the whole face smaller and scoot everything down, then that child codes kind of in the Japanese parlance, in the Japanese visual language. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm working with to start with. Let's quickly rough out something approaching an outfit for this girl. Okay, we're going to duplicate this layer, and we're going to call it flat color. And we're going to drag it up one, drag it down. We're going to put the flat color underneath of our other stuff. And we're going to begin by going, okay, what colors are we talking about here? Now, we are talking about her having like a pantsuit kind of. She'll have this kind of pose here. Here's the arms. So you got pocket, thumb sticking out of the pocket. You should see the shape of the hand in the pocket. None of this is really so. I think we're looking at a kind of white blouse thing. That's this adhering to the bottom of the breasts thing, like that. This stuff where it pulls right up into the bottom of the breasts, that doesn't happen. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay, this would come down like this. It might kind of tighten in, but the silhouette we're looking at is this kind of thing. We are not looking at blip blip. We're looking at something like that. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of is grab that color and let's larger brush. And here's boobage and contour of the is going to be much less tight. Expect. I think we're going to give her short sleeves. Come on. We'll give her short sleeves, and we'll give her a we'll give her a pair of very kind of deep violet so deep violet like this. Now we've got arms, and her shoes are going to be a kind of let's give her plain old black shoes. Give her brown shoes. So let's kind of get our palette. There's her shoes. There's trousers, shirt. Now we need a skin color. And what skin color do we want to work with? We want to work with something along the line. This girl here. Let's rough that in there. Kind of put that there, and finally we've got the and I'm not sure how I wonder if this really makes it clear that she's got very long, straight black hair. I'm not sure if it does. We'll come up here. We'll do pure white for guy, and maybe we do a white lavender. I don't know what kind of expression to put on her face, but yeah, let's go with something like this. We'll go with a white blouse, purple trousers. We got the you know what? I don't want this to be pure black. I want it to be very dark brown. Something like that. It'll be a very dark brown. It looks black, but it's not. Not. It's just a rough concept. Anyway, we're over an hour. I spent way too much time digging up resources, and that contour stuff. More like that. Um, well, that's on the reference layer. Did I do it on the sketch layer? I did. Okay. All right, so let's we'll have, we'll have to do a lot of work on this. Proportions are off. I do have like a vague visualization, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess around with this. I will post progress as I go on the on my Twitter. So check there for more stuff about this and like where stuff is going, because this needs a lot of work. I'm gonna do about half an hour on it tomorrow, and that should be enough to get me somewhere. And then I'll proceed through the week as usual, and we'll see where we get. We need to get better than Chio, closer to Mion. That's the goal. So yeah, we're gonna push toward that. It's gonna be where we're headed toward. This is goes in Foot Studio, Gropaverse, Fumiko. There we go, and that'll be that for the stream this week. I'm sorry it was so fucking boring. That'll be that. Okay, bye.